What are you watching? We don't know, but we're going to tell you what we're watching. That's right. This is a kind of a regular thing. We do it every once in a while to just kind of recap what we're watching on our televisions. Normally we throw a little movie review, but this time we're just going to tell you what's popular on our televisions and maybe help you guys out when you're having troubles finding it, because I know it's hard to find stuff when you're on Netflix. You flip around Netflix for an hour before you finally find something that you want to watch. And then you decide you want to watch it, and you're like, man, why did I watch that? Well, sometimes you are, and then sometimes you're like, I'm glad I watched that.
When it comes to certain movies, it's like, glad I didn't pay money for that one.
Yeah. I say that a lot.
So I found that this year, normally, the fall season starts, and I start watching my shows regularly and wait week to week. I haven't actually watched any of my regular shows like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., The Flash, Gotham. I haven't started watching any of those yet.
We have changed our viewing ways.
I have. And this is the reason why. So, you watched the first episode of The Walking Dead, right?
I believe so. I can't remember.
Did you watch any of the other Walking Dead since then?
I haven't watched any.
Same here. And we'll probably binge watch The Walking Dead at some point.
And we'll talk about it.
Yeah. So, this is where this is coming from, is The Walking Dead. Watching it week to week sucks.
It's terrorizing. It is so hard to do. It's cringeworthy.
Yes. So, me and the missus have made a decision that we watched the first episode because everybody's like, oh, it's great, it's great. You gotta watch it.
And I went,
And then, watched it and went,
there was no reason. I felt there was no reason for me to come back and watch the second episode right away.
Exactly.
I went, you know what? This can wait till they all come out, and then I'm going to watch them all in quick succession.
I might go just after the mid-season.
Oh, yeah, I guess the mid-season.
And then watch it up to there, and then wait for it.
Well, that's what I mean. Not the whole season, but like when they take a break. When there's a chunk of them to watch. So I just finished recently watching Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, yeah.
That was fantastic. We had that in our PVR for forever. It seemed like
it is a good series.
And that's kind of when we decided. You know what? We watched the first episode of that one, and then we were like deciding, another night should we watch something else? And we kind of went, you know what? Let's just get through a series before we start a new one, because if we start a new one, we're not going to come back to this one, and we're going to just forget about it. So we decided to go through it, and it was good. I enjoyed it. I recommend to watch it. I'm not going to get into too much detail about it, but
I recommend it too. I have actually talked about it before, and that's kind of what me and the missus did too with a series called The Magicians. It is very. If you enjoy Harry Potter, you will probably enjoy this because it is a Harry Potter-esque type series. But it is not from a child's perspective, but it's imagine going to college, and instead of learning architecture or economics, you're learning magic.
Pulling a rabbit from a hat.
Well, a little bit more than that. But we actually finished, we went through season 1 and 2, and we're going to probably watch a couple of the next season to see if it hooks us, and go from there.
What else? Canada's Worst Driver. That's a staple on my television. I love that show. It's so funny. They're on season 13 right now. I cannot believe that. Well, I can't believe that they're still going because there's some bad drivers. But when I watch this show, I just sit there and I go, how do these people get their licenses in the first place? That's what I want to know. How do these people get their licenses? How do they pass their tests? They're so bad. They're so just like dysfunctional behind the wheel. Like they're mentally not able to drive. And I'm like some of them have reasons because they got in a car accident and they had some traumatic event. But some of them, I'm like, you shouldn't have a license. Like, you're dangerous. But I love that show. It's a great show.
And that's one thing I've noticed is I don't really watch reality.
Oh, we don't watch. I don't watch much of it.
That's kind of reality.
But that's one of them.
So I watched one that came out on Hulu. I think it was. It was called The Tick. It is a new live action version of the Tick series from quite some time ago, based off of a cartoon, based off of live action, and it was actually really good. It has a bit of a dry sense of humor. Like The Tick has always kind of been ridiculous, but not in a cartoony sense of way. He's always like very, very serious, delivering lines, very serious person, but the things he says are ridiculous. And is watching the series, and they actually introduced all the characters, and all the characters are really good and interesting enough that I want to see more. So
Interesting.
it was only 6 episodes, and they're only half-an-hour episodes, but it was like after them, it was like, wow, they took some care and time into it, and it's like, you know what, keep it up. I want to see more.
Sports. I'm watching sports. Well, kind of. My team is sucking, so it's making it very hard to watch this. But that's a lot of things that are on my TV is sports. Like, I'm very big into the sports, so I'll watch just random sports.
You say it all the time too, and that's the thing. You watch any kind of sports. I watched the Orville, a Seth MacFarlane live action version of a spoof of Star Trek, for lack of a better term.
Oh yeah.
And I actually really enjoyed that. It's funny because Seth MacFarlane does a lot of animated stuff, and he tends to. There are certain things he does that are just like, get on. Like, I understand why they do it because it's animation. Animation takes more. The more you move, the more it costs money.
Yeah.
But in live action, he didn't do what he does in live action that he does in animation. He didn't linger on a joke. He didn't wait around. He didn't go.
The pause for laughter.
The pause. It was
effect.
He nailed it. It was actually a really good.
That's a week-to-week one, right?
It was.
It's over now?
I think it might be over. It was 10 episodes.
Have you watched that Star Trek, the new Star Trek?
I haven't started watching it. It's actually on my list, and I'm dreading watching that one, actually.
Yeah, I don't think it'll look that interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, so... and then, obviously, we watched Stranger Things, and you can check out the review.
We did a review on Stranger Things.
Yeah. I watched Blacklist, and they just hit the mid-season finale, and I didn't even know it was, because the guy I watch it with, the guy I work with, normally he sees on TV, he's like, oh, it's the mid-season finale, and 2 weeks ago, it was on, we watched it, and we're like, oh, that was awesome. And then last week, it was supposed to be on, and it wasn't. And it was like, what?
It's not
it
on.
was very surprising,
over.
but I liked how they ended it because there was a character. Spoiler alert! There's a character, Tom. They killed him. Yes, I've hated Tom since I started watching it. I've been wanting him to leave. Now he's dead. He's gone. Yes. So good for me.
I've been watching a lot of the like the Netflix originals that come out on Netflix. If it comes out and it's done by Netflix, usually I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a try. Like, I just watched Mudbound on Netflix. That was a good one. I'm watching Punisher. I just started watching
on my
that
list.
one.
I haven't. I plan on watching that one.
Question: how many people make lists for watching television? Netflix has their list, add to list things. But how many people actually make a physical list of shows that they want to watch? Let us know down below in the comments.
I do, because
that's what made me ask the question, because I know
my box actually lets me make a list.
Yeah.
So I make.
I like
list.
that feature. I like the ability to add. I like that because it's like, I don't have to remember. I just
exactly.
add.
Me and the missus, we started the series called Orphan Black 5 years ago, basically. And it's been a great series. It's coming to a conclusion. We are watching the last season. We haven't finished it yet, but we're actually going to bang it off and just be done. And so far, each episode has been... Because they know they're done, they were actually able to, instead of having to make it through, they're like, okay, we can wrap up. This is how we're doing it, and it's showing. So
I'm watching This Is Us.
Oh, okay.
I like that one.
I've heard.
It's decent. I don't know. It's like a Parenthood.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same type of show. It's the same. It's virtually, but it's it's new and it's cool. I like it. It's a really good show. Like it has good. It's just good. Like that. It's just good. Go check it out. For sure. I would recommend checking that shit out. Yeah.
I'm almost done Elementary, like the American version of it, and once it's done, I'm glad it's going to be done, because I think it's kind of run its course. So 5 years for
that's a long time for a show to run. You don't see a lot of shows run in 5 years. 3 years.
5 years is when 3 years is good. 5 years, depending on the show, is whether or not they kind of jump the the shark type thing.
Yeah.
So,
like, to be honest, my TV isn't like full of a lot of stuff right now. Like, it's more of a background noise thing in my house now.
well, because
it's like,
you watch sports,
Yeah.
that sucks up a lot of time because a game is 3 hours long.
Yeah, I know, it's
type
wasting
thing.
3 hours of my life to watch the stupid Oilers.
Yeah,
Stupid
to
fucking
lose.
Oilers.
For me, I'm finishing up Dark Matter because it's the same thing. They finally, I'm pretty sure they wrapped it up. So I'm watching the last season. I've been enjoying it, and they're.
I think I'm going to give what's it called, Time Travelers.
Oh,
I think I'm going to give that the try because I love time travel. Anything to do with time travel, I love it. I tried to watch that one. What was that one? That was on network television. Fuck, I can't even remember the name of it. They went back to the Hindenburg. Oh man, I can't. But it wasn't that good. I didn't really like it. But I heard Travelers is pretty good. I think it's
the
Time
missus,
Travelers.
She
or Travelers.
started Travelers.
I think it's that one.
And she started watching that, and she's enjoying it. So
I just
the
find
feed
that
just doesn't always work.
I find that sometimes like with time travel shows, they don't do it very well. For some reason, it's maybe it's hard to do, but they don't do it very well.
Wow, some people don't do it really well. For comedies, for like The Orville is a comedy, definitely. But Kim's Convenience, which is a Canadian-based one, like filmed in Toronto.
Isn't
made
that
by
the
CBC.
Asian one?
It is.
Yeah.
It is so funny.
Have you watched any of that Young Sheldon?
No, I have not.
I watched one episode of it and it was all right. It was funny. I like the guy. I like what's his name, Jim Parson, who plays Sheldon on Big Bang. I like him. His humor is funny.
Yes,
Because
exactly.
it's very just dry. Like
Yeah.
I don't know I'm being funny, but other people are like, "You're funny."
Yeah.
I like that. So yeah, maybe I'll throw that on the watch list when it's over.
And Rick and Morty. The Rick and Morty animated show is just amazing. In my opinion,
I'm a big fan of animated shows.
I love it. I have watched season 1 3 times. I've watched season 2 2 times, and I'm on my second work through of season.
Like
3.
South Park. People find South Park funny. I watch it and I'm like, well, how is this funny?
I could see why it's funny in some episodes. I was watching it. I haven't watched it lately, but I've been watching it just to kind of see how far they take certain things, because they make fun of everybody and everything. And it's, when Christopher Reeve showed up on one of the episodes, it was just like, oh my gosh, if the missus walks in during this one, she is gonna just lose it, because Christopher Reeves is her
Favorite person in the world?
in existence. Like, if he showed up in the room and I was there, I would not exist.
It's interesting to look at how, like, we've been doing the show for about 20 months or so. Something like that, 20 some odd months, almost 2 years, right?
Yeah, almost.
And it's weird to see how our evolution of entertainment consumption has changed.
Mm-hmm.
We did a long time ago. We talked about cable versus streaming a long time ago. It was one of our first episodes, and and we both. Well, I used to be cable junkie, right? Because I still have cable because of sports. They haven't figured the sports thing out, but I don't watch it. I don't watch any like sitcoms on a regular basis. Like everything that sitcom was, I could get on Netflix or I could get online somewhere now. So it's good. It's nice. It's nice to be able to just watch them all at once. I love it.
Yeah, that's why me and the missus are doing what we're doing, is because waiting week to week has become kind of annoying.
It's good because if it's really good, you can just jump right into the next episode, and you don't miss anything. You don't lose any of the information. And if it's really bad, you can go, all right, I'll just
move on to the next episode, and hopefully it will cleanse the palate. That's what we're doing with all of our shows. That's why we haven't started, because we're trying to get, because we found that we were watching so many different shows and never really getting anywhere.
Yeah, you would watch. Yeah,
and it's just like, so we're making an effort to kind of wrap up some of the ones that have wrapped up, and then by the time we're done all this stuff, we can actually go into our regular shows, like, say, for example, The Flash, and go episode 1 through 9 and bang it off in a week and go, we're caught up.
Yeah.
And be so nice, because...
come on, you're never going to be caught up, because you're going to find more shows you want to watch. You're going to be like, oh, I want to watch that one. Ooh, that one.
My
that
list
one, that
has
one,
like
that one,
75 different TV shows on it. Not all of them are mine.
Every time you take one off, you put 5 more on.
Exactly. And it's just like... And it's like, and then it's like, well, it doesn't help that I, rewatching stuff that I, the Rick and Morty.
It's like Seinfeld when it comes on.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, Seinfeld, yeah!
If I just need something on as background noise, I put on Rick and Morty, and I end up putting the phone down and watching the episode instead.
Yeah, whenever it's like 9 o'clock at night, it's like Seinfeld's on. I'm like, bam, Seinfeld. And I watch Seinfeld for an hour. I'm like, okay, if there's no sport on them, it's like, yeah, Seinfeld. That's like my go-to. It's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. So, those are the shows.
Those are some suggestions that you can watch.
Yeah, check them out.
Check them out if you haven't already. Let us know below if you.
What are your go-to stuff? What do you guys watch week to week that you kind of plow through?
Is there something that you just can't miss on the television? Is there something you're like, oh, it's this time slot, I'm watching it live? Because really, right now, there's nothing like that for me.
Yeah, with the exception of Game of Thrones, and
I just PVR everything now, and I'm like, even hockey now, I'm like PVR, because if it gets bad, I go exit, delete. That never happened. I'm doing that a few times lately.
Oh, for hockey?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Last couple of games, I was like, okay, delete.
Yeah.
It's bad.
I don't think there's there might be some shows where I go, I'm done with it. This is the last time. It's been a while since I've.
Oh, are you excited for the Walking Dead crossover?
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they're announcing tomorrow the characters in the Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead crossover.
Has Fear the Walking Dead gone?
I have absolutely no idea how they're doing it.
Far ahead?
I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea how they're doing it. And I'm like, oh, great. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Let us know your suggestions, or let us know how bad our suggestions are or how good they are. And subscribe, because we do this stuff all the time. See you later.
See ya.